You would think living alone gives you all the time in the world, right? And it does. But what's time without motivation? It's a trap. When no one's checking in, it's easy to just stop. Hello, my name's Ed. If you're new here, I'm here once a week. I usually post on Sunday mornings, even though my channel is called Tuesdays. I post on Sunday. I'll be honest with you, my worst enemy living alone is lack of motivation. I have caught myself becoming more lazy than I already was. I consider myself a lazy person to start with. But over the past several months, I have caught myself slacking. There's no excuse for that. I need to snap out of that. When you don't have a spouse, kids, coworkers, neighbors, anybody checking in on you to kind of nudge you and keep you going, it's real easy to just tell yourself, well, nobody cares. Nobody's gonna care if I do this task or not. It's a real easy trap to fall into. Every once in a while I catch myself falling into that trap. In this video, let's talk about something that most people who live alone, and especially older people who live alone by themselves, fall into this trap. What it is it's an invisible, insidious, slow drain on your energy and motivation. You don't notice it at first. It's very subtle, but over time it starts to show. The issue here is no one's watching. It's that subject of what do you do when no one's watching? It's real easy to, when you're living alone and no one's checking in, no one's asking what you're working on or whether you're even out of bed, and without external pressure, it's easy to let things slide. You start to tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. What's the rush? Nobody cares anyway. And just like that, a day becomes a week, and a week becomes a month, and a month becomes a year. The second thing about this is the energy loop breaks down. Human energy is contagious. Even just small talk at the grocery store can boost your energy a little bit. And when you live alone and you spend most of your time in solitary and in the quiet, you lose that kind of energy that you get from other people. Living in long stretches of time without interactions, and it eventually goes flat. Not sad, not broken, not depressed, just flat. You're stuck in neutral. The third thing about motivation or lack of motivation as an enemy, you think more than you do. When there's nobody around to bounce ideas off of or to talk to, you overthink, you replay old regrets, you talk yourself out of things before you even get started. Overthinking is the enemy of action. The fourth thing is you stop doing little things. When no one's coming over, you stop cleaning. When nobody's there to eat with you, you stop cooking. When no one's around, you stop trying. These little things are your motivation, and when you stop doing the little things, your drive starts to slowly fade. Number 5, and this is the worst part of lack of motivation, is you start to feel invisible. No one's calling to check on you, no one's texting, no one's coming over, no one knocks on the door. You feel isolated, totally alone, and you feel like nothing matters anymore. So why do anything? I have felt that quite often. What I do to kind of get out of that is I make myself a list of 3 things that I must get done each day. Just 3. Simple. And I look at them as soon as, I write them down the night before and I look at them again each morning and I know what I need to get done for that particular day. But when you feel like you're invisible, nobody cares, you start to feel like you don't matter anymore. And so you start neglecting your goals. You stop doing your chores and things, and you stop doing those little things we just talked about. You let everything slip, and you even don't care about the next day anymore. You're just kind of numb. Not sad, not depressed, not any of that. You're just numb. You let your health slip, you let your chores slip, you let other things slip, and I've caught myself doing all of these things. I am guilty, I am number one guilty of letting these things slip. I wanted to share this because I know those of you who are alone can easily fall into this trap, and then life becomes just kind of monotonous and you feel irrelevant. The real danger of isolation and living alone is you start to lose your why. Why should I do anything? Why should I do this? Why should I do that? And once you lose your why, it's just hard to get motivated and motivate yourself and start again. It becomes that much harder to start reaching for something or start a new interest or hobby or start dating a new person or anything. It just gets more difficult the more you let it slide. Motivation is a driving force, I think, for us who live alone, especially us older folks who live alone. If we lose our motivation to do anything, it's more difficult to get things started once you find something that you want to do. It's just because you feel like you're out on this deserted island by yourself, and it goes back to that situation where what do you do when nobody's watching? And I think it's important for myself to keep myself motivated and something to reach for, even if it's just a small thing. 3 things a day to start with. And there's another thing before I go. There's another thing I saw on another channel where it was a channel about minimalist channel, and he was talking about some of this, and he said what he does sometimes. He said what he does when he's having trouble getting motivated or started to do a chore or anything that he's been putting off, because it's easy to say, I'll just do that tomorrow. Well, what he does is he starts to do something for just 2 minutes. He tells himself he's just going to start this for 2 minutes, and after that, he's done. And what that does for you is you'll find yourself thinking you're just going to do this chore for 2 minutes, but then you'll find once you start, you don't want to stop until it's finished. So I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share this video because my biggest enemy for myself, maybe not for you, but for me, is motivation. I have to tell myself to not put things off, not let things slide. Because if I get in that bad habit of letting them slide, and I've caught myself doing this, I'll just do it tomorrow. I have this bad attitude like, I'll just do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I'll do it tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and it's never getting done. And then the other major thought that I always have is, nobody's around, nobody cares, so why should I worry about it? Well, for me, I do worry about it because it's a matter of keeping myself, what's the word here? Not only motivated, but disciplining myself to live within a certain framework so my future self won't suffer from what I'm putting off today. Sometimes I imagine myself a week later and nothing, all this is piled up and nothing's been done, and the only person I can blame. So I just wanted to share this today. Do the best you can with what you've got, wherever you're at. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.